of the interweb.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It's your girl, Dr. Amber, with,
Jada Nicole.
and today we are talking about things no one warned us about.
Ugh,
So
the
it's
list is extensive.
gonna
Gosh.
be quite funny and light, but also sometimes actually deep. You know,
Mm-hmm.
why does no one warn you about certain parts of adulthood?
That's
No manual.
a good question. I think a lot of times like the old generation, they just don't really think about it. There's just a lot of things they don't think about. Because if you think about the advice that you've gotten thus far, like it's been do good in school, get a good job,
Right,
save your money, that kind of stuff.
right.
What about the real life stuff?
What about how to pay a mortgage, write a check, buy a
Girl,
car? Like,
the number of things that I've had to just figure out on my own is, yeah. I guess like life and the Lord is the best teacher, but
amen. Holy
stumbling through
Spirit.
certain things is not fun.
Look. Yeah. So we're not going to use today as like, a portal of complaining, but just speaking honestly. And I'm sure a lot of it will be relatable to you guys out there. But let's start with adult friendships. Okay. Adult friendships. No one tells you how much effort adult friendships actually take.
They do. Yeah, or how hard it is to make friends as an adult. Like, when you're in school, you just whoever's around, you kind of click and mesh with. But as an adult, you kind of have to go out of your way to make friends, and it
You
can be
have to be
tough.
intentional. Yeah, yeah,
It can
especially
be tough.
like-minded friends, not just anybody. You
Yeah.
want good friends.
Right. Right.
And between schedules and seasons and
Mhm.
people being in different stages of life,
Yes.
friendships require so much grace
Mhm.
as an adult.
I think especially like at this like age that we're at, where we're like late 20s, early 30s, like between like from between like within like 5 years of people, like everybody could just be in such different places in their lives. Like
Yes.
I have friends that are married with multiple kids, and then I've got friends that are single and doing their thing in the executive world, but then I've got friends that are, struggling to find a job. Like it's just
Literally.
there are so many different walks, that
Yeah,
we could be in this stage, on top of it being, and on top of us having to be intentional about making
yeah,
friendships.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
So true. Guys, tell us where you're watching from too. Thanks for joining. We're talking about things that no one warned us about. Right now, we're on the topic of adult friendships and how much grace they require.
yes,
Um, you can still love people deeply and also not talk to them every day, which I feel
that's
like is a
true.
reality of adult friendships.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Like it honestly, like my closest friends, we don't talk like some of them I don't talk to them often at all, but whenever we do get the chance to get together, it's like nothing ever happened, nothing changed. We just
Yeah.
plug in, and there's so much love there still. So, it's
Yeah.
I think that is so important. That level of understanding within adult friendships is so important because people
Literally.
have lives.
Yeah, agreed. I just want to pause too and say hi to South Africa and America watching.
Hi.
Hello, Colorado Springs.
Hello.
um, and I would even go as far to say friendship breakups, at least from my experience, hurt just as much, if not more, than romantic ones.
Mm. You want to talk about let's pause there for a second. Do you want to talk about friendship breakups? What cuz I know we say that all the time, like, friendship breakups are harder than, like romantic breakup. Why do you think that is?
Because we're sisters. You view your girls as your sisters and you expect for your sisters not to stab you in the back. You expect a mutual level of trust and understanding. And one of the comments says, for us men, it's easy. Many of my friends are over 50 and I'm 20. I feel like that's so true. Men are so
Yeah.
simple. I
I I agree. I feel
That's
like you
so
guys just
simple.
bond over anything and then boom,
Anything.
friends. And then
Anything.
friends for years.
Because y'all never, I mean, it's rare that it's like, yeah, I'm going through a bro breakup, right? Like, but
Yeah,
girl,
that's true. If anything, like I've
what?
even seen men like get into physical altercations and still be friends.
Oh, make it make sense.
I love that for
Seriously.
y'all. I do.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah,
KJ77. Hello.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So going off of what you were saying, Jada, about friendship breakups hurting equally, if not more, than guys. I think it's because it's guys, right? It's like sometimes
Yeah.
you're not gonna be with this person forever. Eventually, oh yeah, that's a red flag. This isn't gonna work out. But as far as sisters, it's different.
Yeah. You
It's
never
different.
never expect your girls to do you like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like it's a whole different realm. I don't even know all the science behind what makes it so different,
Mhm.
but I have personally been hurt more than girlfriends and girls that I considered sisters in Christ, more so than some of my exes, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah. I feel like it does hurt different. There's like a different level of trust that comes with, our female friendships.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to like we share so much, like we open up so much and we open up in
Yes.
different ways to our girlfriends
Yes.
and then to, men. And
That's so
so
true.
it's like after it's like, I've poured my heart out to you. How dare you just leave me? Go do me dirty. How dare you?
Right, especially and it's most of the time, more time than not, it's without a reason. More time than not, it's because of something that person is going through, not anything that you have personally done.
I
But I
agree.
feel like that hurts even more,
Yeah.
especially like let's switch ships for a second. Ghosting. Ghosting out of friendships, ghosting out of relationships, ghosting in general, I feel like hurts more than someone having a conversation with you because you're left wondering, well, what did I do? Like, am
Yeah.
I the problem? And you don't have any answers or any direction as to what happened.
That's very true. Ghosting is very painful. And I think that goes back to one of the conversations we had a couple weeks ago where it was like, sometimes people would just rather not have those hard conversations. And yeah, so also I've
Mhm.
learned too a lot of times it's that people are in different places emotionally. And so sometimes, it's not really anything you've done, but whatever happened, they were triggered because of something in their past and
Yep.
now they can't talk about it because, they're still learning how to filter through emotions. So it's tough. Even I mean it's tough whether you've done something or whether you didn't do anything, but for
Yes.
someone to just leave, I feel like is painful, especially because there's just I think there's, like, maybe a handful of things, like, a handful of things that someone could do that I'd be like, "Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
be in your presence anymore."
You're a
Um,
very gracious person.
yeah.
What? You
Oh, yeah.
are.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
Why was
I
that funny?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. Yeah, there's just, like, I don't know, I just think that people have varying levels of loyalty, so
Facts. Some people want to be, this is my motto. Some people want to be connected to you, but they don't want to be committed to you.
say that again.
One is easy
Mhm.
and one gets tested. A
That
lot of people will leave when it gets tested.
Yes. Some people too I feel like some people too don't really know how to be a friend. And,
Facts.
that's just not something that's taught, like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes it takes you having a good friend and then not having them for you to learn that lesson, like, "Oh, okay, I don't really know how to be a friend. What does being a friend look like?" Or
Yeah.
sometimes, like, I would say, like, in our relationship, you taught me how to be a much better friend, Then I
Wait, wait, wait.
oh my god, here we go.
Guys,
I
guys,
know
we
exactly.
have to tell the story of how Jada and I became the people that we are today. Okay.
I
This
okay.
is just a sidebar. I'm gonna make it real quick, real quick. So I led a young adults women's Bible study back when I lived in North Carolina, and she joined per her mom introducing us.
Mhm.
And she felt so compelled to come up to me at the end of one of our Bible study nights. And she literally said, I really feel led to help out and like be a part of this, like participate more, but I just don't want to.
Yeah, I definitely
Wait, pause for the dramatic effect. Pause for the dramatic effect. To which I said, okay.
literally, she said, "Okay, girl."
Yep.
Don't want you to do something that you don't want to do. Yeah, I that was yeah, very
Yep.
very interesting time. I'll give a little bit more backstory. Like for
Please.
me personally, I was in a place in my relationship with the Lord and where I was kind of just like trying to figure out, myself and identity and what direction I wanted to go and where the Lord was leading me. And I felt so drawn to Amber. I think I told you this. I was like, I feel like we should spend more time together. It was like her and a couple other girls. I was like, I feel like, we should hang out. But yeah, I was in a place where the Lord was filtering some things in my heart. And he was clearly calling me to be a part of, the Bible study and what was going on with it and Amber. And I was just like, nah, I
And
don't
she
really.
felt the need to let me
For
know this.
whatever reason, I felt the need to explain to her,
You don't have to
like,
tell everybody
you
everything the
don't,
Lord says to you. Let me
you
just
sure
throw that
don't.
out there.
You do not. You
What's the
don't.
purpose of that?
I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I mean,
Appreciate it.
now we have a fun story,
We do. We do.
and over 5 years of friendship. So
Yes. Yes. So that was quite hilarious. Sorry, I don't know where we were going before that, but that needed to be shared.
I get it. I
That
get it
story.
totally.
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Okay. How about something else that people didn't warn us, before entering adulthood, is how much emotional energy life takes.
Mm.
Decisions,
Mhm.
conversations,
Mhm.
expectations. It can be exhausting.
It can be. It
Exhausting.
can be. Yeah. Yeah, and then add to that, like, so that's just like in general, like being a human, and then add to that, going to work and being in relationship with people. Like it is so much, and if you don't pause to rest or take account of what's happening, you'll look up and be so burnt out and be trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know why people don't talk about that more,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like it's a huge part of adulting that kinda just slaps us in the face.
That is so true. And even just decision fatigue can be such a real thing,
Yeah,
right? Some days you're just tired. It's not that you're even unmotivated. Some days you're just tired.
absolutely.
And what? Our work 5 days, take off two structure in America has proven not to be as efficient as other countries where they work 4 days and have 3 off days or work three
Mhm,
days and it's
mhm.
just a work life balance that you're not really taught how to
Yeah,
do when you're in school and college.
mhm.
Literally, it's the opposite. It's like, oh, school comes first, stay up all night, sacrifice sleep, sacrifice socialization, sacrifice everything to be successful. And then you
Yeah,
carry that mentality into the real world, into your workplace, and
mhm.
then you look up and you're burnt out, like you said.
Yes, and what's crazy is I know okay, Imma hop in my little conspiracy bag for a second, but They like honestly, it is a way to train you up into working full time because there are situations like a lot most like of the working class like you said, like we work 5 days a week, 40
Yeah.
hours a week, and that's like bare minimum. There are people working 50, 60 hours a week.
Yep.
And so if you don't take the time to, you know, pause and rest, like
Oh,
intentionally rest
yeah.
every now and then, take an extra day off, like every now and then do something that require like a lot of times like we'll put rest in the category of like, oh well, if I can rest while doing XYZ. No,
Yeah.
rest, like really rest. You will burn out.
That's literally another thing that you're not taught is
Mm.
that rest is actually productive.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
actually productive. We were taught that rest is something that's earned as
Mhm.
opposed to something that is necessary.
Right, right.
Big
Eh,
difference.
can you expand on that? Because I feel like that's something that the Lord has been speaking to both of us about this year. So, like, what? Okay, I'll do like a 2025. So, within this year, how has your perception of rest changed?
Mm. So drastically.
Yeah.
Me at the beginning of this year versus me right now are they have two completely theories.
Mm,
Foundational structures for how I operate.
mm-hmm,
And so I have unlearned that rest is something that's like laziness
mm-hmm,
and have learned that rest is actually how you reset. And out of rest flows fruit. And spiritually speaking, flows productivity in every other area of your life. So if you align yourself with the Lord and rest in the fact that He is faithful, He is worthy, He is an all intentional, all wise creator that has every detail, every moment of your life planned out, and you don't have to stress about it,
right.
then your level of living is increased, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. Like the
Yeah.
capacity to which you're able to enjoy your life is is grown tremendously.
Right. Oh my
And
gosh.
there's a reason the Lord says, "Do not worry." Over 365 times in the Bible, which goes with 365 days of the year. There's
Mm-hmm.
a "Do not worry" for every day. Why?
Come
Because He has it taken
on.
care of.
That's
So
good.
when you're able to rest in the Lord, and rest in grace. Wait, my mom has a book called Rest in Grace, and I thought I had it right here, but
Ooh, ooh, shout
it's
out.
literally not right there. My mom has a book, Edith Roper, Rest in Grace. Definitely check it out. It's super good. But yeah, when you're able to learn how to rest in the Lord, your whole life changes completely.
Yeah.
Completely. And burnout doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you've been strong for too long. It is time for
Mhm,
you to rest. The Lord never created you to carry every single thing at
mhm.
once, right? That's what He's for.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I love that because if that was something that we like was placed on us, then what would you what would you need? That falls into that category. Like there's so many things like
Yeah.
if you could do that on your own, what would you need the Lord for? Because
Exactly.
so,
Exactly.
and he calls us to rest in him. And it's a beautiful part of relationship. If like if you think about it, in your other relationships, you do this. Like you have people that are your safe place, and
Hmm.
they're a comfortable place, and you can just relax and be yourself with them. It's the same
Yeah.
concept with the Lord, where you can shut all of the everything off and
Yes.
just rest, true rest with
Just
Him.
be.
Yeah,
We're human
exactly.
beings, not human doings.
Come
It's
on,
my favorite little line.
yes, and I love I'm a doing learner, slash visual, and so I love the image that's, given to us about the story of creation where, the Lord says at the end of it, he said he rests,
Yeah.
The creator of the universe needs to rest, so do you.
Right. Right.
So
He
do
didn't he
you.
didn't rest because he was tired.
No,
He rested to show us that rest is productive.
it's
He
productive,
doesn't waste
yes.
time. Rest is
No.
not a waste of time.
Yes, yes.
That's so good.
Mhm.
Steering a little bit over too, because there's a question in the chat that goes back to what we shared about adult friendships.
Okay.
Do you want to jump over to that and address the question, or do you want to keep talking and then address the question in a second?
Let's address the question.
Okay, so the Blazing Squid 5478 says, do female friendships fall apart because females sometimes are used to having things go their way when some guys don't usually are not raised that way?
That's an interesting idea.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the engagement.
Right.
That's an interesting question. I guess like there is an aspect of that. Everyone's different.
Facts.
I think maybe a big part of it is that we women are, let me be careful. I can speak for myself. I'm not gonna generalize all women, but from me and myself, sometimes I know that there are times where I can I'm I'm an analytical person, and
Mm,
so there can be times where I over or under analyze things.
yeah.
And that's what the importance of like communication is, because when first of all, I even if I think I can, I cannot predict, see the outcome of every response that someone could potentially give me for something that I've said or asked. And so it's not fair for me to assume that I know how someone's going to
Mm,
respond to something,
yeah.
or assume that I know, and that's gotten me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And it's not just in friendships, with family, whatever. Like, it is, first of all, it's a lot to put on yourself, but also it's not fair to the other person,
Yeah.
because you're not giving them the opportunity to respond however they were gonna respond. And a
Yeah.
lot of time, most, like 95 out 99% of the time, I'm genuinely like, the way I said that they would have responded was not at all how they responded.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that has been a big factor, as well as like my emotional maturity. I know I've talked about that here even some, but my level of emotional maturity, and just like now being able to, one, recognize that, yeah, there's times where I don't communicate well. I can work on that, and in this moment I can communicate better. And even just like, oh my gosh, this is a huge pet peeve of mine, but it is when we experience a feeling and then we don't process that feeling. We kind of just react based on the feeling that we experience. That is not a complete, like, that's not complete. When you feel or experience a feeling, that's great. You're going to, and you can't help what you feel. It's there for a reason. But you then have a responsibility to process that feeling slash emotion. Is it rational? Is it, do I need to have a conversation with this person? Am I reacting from a place of, past pain, or, something like that? You have to complete that process. And so I think that that also is a thing. Like, people will get in their feelings and then not process them, and then it causes things to blow up in a way that, I mean, it didn't
It
really
doesn't
have
need
to.
to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
So,
good what you said too. Like emotions are data. They are not the enemy, whether it is anger, disgust. I mean, of course there's the good ones, the happy ones too, but like our emotions teach us things. So
mm,
if you're feeling angry at someone for something, then it's likely that a boundary was crossed or you felt disrespected. So what is your anger trying to protect? Because anger is a protective emotion, and that's why you process it first so you don't end up reacting. So that way
mm,
you can respond. Putting a little bit of neuroscience nerd on it, there's two parts of the brain that are direct like competitors when it comes to this. There's the amygdala, which is the fight or flight fear center. It's the emotional activation center, and then there's a prefrontal cortex. And that's like the reasoning and the wisdom in your like thinking brain, right? That's how I explain it to my
mhm.
kids. Like the not my kids, my therapy clients that are younger. Let me clarify: the thinking brain, the rational brain, and then the emotional brain. And so when you are activated or dysregulated or triggered, so to speak, then these two normally happen like this. The amygdala normally overtakes this and this goes offline. The prefrontal cortex goes offline. Then you're responding out of your emotions.
Mhm.
Not responding, I'm sorry, reacting out of your emotions. That's normally going to leave you with a trail of destruction and an apology that needs to be offered up. And so it's always good to pause, even if it is just for 30 seconds, because psychologically and biology,
Biologically.
biologically, thank you.
Mhm.
It takes 20 seconds for an emotion for your body to like completely process through an emotion. And then
Mhm.
anything else after that 20 seconds is because of stories that you're feeding it that's making it continue to stay in your
Mhm.
body.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's why it's good to pause. So that way the prefrontal cortex can come back online and it doesn't look like this. Then it can look like this or even like this.
Mm,
So there's that.
that was beautiful. Uh, shameless plug, y'all. Go sign up for Holy and Whole on amberroper.com. If you enjoyed that little segment, go sign up for Holy and Whole. It's an amazing opportunity to learn more about exactly what you just did.
The brain, the
The
body,
brain, yeah, a mix of
the Lord.
mix, absolutely, a mix of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, amberroper.com. Definitely check it out. The next one's going to be on soul ties and spiritual attachments and all that fun stuff. But anywho, I don't want to lose the plot.
Back on task.
We have time for, man, that flew by.
It did.
We're actually like, we're kind of out of time for our goal for the night.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
just one baby one.
a baby one.
Yeah.
I feel like the next one that I had in mind is like it's not a baby one. We could be on here another 15 minutes. Uh,
Okay. Let's try. We'll try.
I'll let you choose. Okay. We've got missing people you've outgrown. That's
Wow.
something that they don't teach us or prepare us for in adulthood. Or how healing changes your tolerance.
Mm. Missing people who've outgrown. Healing changes your tolerance. I could see us talking about that for a
I
while.
could talk about missing people you've outgrown forever.
Okay.
No, we'll
We'll
do this
try.
one. We'll do this one.
We'll try. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you can miss people and still not want them back in your life. Let me just start by saying that right now.
yes, you
Right
can.
now.
Yes, you
Right
can.
now. It's called attachment styles. It's called familiarity and comfort.
Mm.
Doesn't always mean that it's something the Lord wants for you or something that's
Right.
healthy. And outgrowing doesn't mean unloving,
Right.
right? Uh I actually have a real life example. I just outgrew my favorite pair of butterfly jeans and I still love them very much. But it would not be healthy for me to try to squeeze in those and walk outside. So people can
that's
be
a
compared to your favorite clothing, okay? It
that's a
doesn't always
great
fit.
that's a good example. That is a good example. Yeah.
Um, grief isn't always about loss,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about change. You
Mhm.
can grieve that things are changing.
Yeah. I had a moment like that this year. It wasn't necessarily about people. It was like about seasons. But
Mm,
yeah, like you grieving, but specifically grieving people. And I think grieving people that are alive might be hard. Like it's harder because you know they're out there. They're just not in your life anymore, and
yeah,
you're saddled with the memories of what used to be. Um, and
yeah.
so it's real, it happens, and it's okay. I feel like we feel like when we grow out of people, like, it has to be some, like, blow up, like, it's okay for you to just, you
Fade
know,
into the background.
fade into the background, and it's not ghosting, it's not
Yeah,
it's just changing, how you distribute your time. That's
exactly.
exactly what it is, and it's
Exactly.
okay. It's okay. Honestly, it's
I,
healthy. It should happen because, there are just seasons and places in your life where you can't take everybody, and, you
that's so
just
real.
yeah, and so it sucks, and it's okay for you to but my one of the things my mom says a lot is you can love people from a distance.
Mhm.
Like, you can love people without allowing them the same level of access that they once had to you.
Yeah,
There is nothing wrong with that. Does not have to be a bad situation. It just your priorities have changed, and it's okay.
Yeah, that's so true. And speaking on what you said about not always recognizing that kind of grief, that's actually a type of grief,
Mhm.
disenfranchised grief. And
Mm.
that's the kind of grief where it's not widely recognized. So say like the loss of a job, the loss of a pet, the loss of a friendship, the loss of security, like whatever it is, there's actually a type of grief where it's a different process
Mhm.
than the other types of grief. And so I think it's important to recognize that when you do outgrow people or whatever it is, um, you do need to allow yourself the space to grieve. And that is a healthy concept that the Bible teaches us is
Mhm.
taking the time to heal, to grieve, to bring your sorrows and grief to the Lord
Mhm.
and allowing him to help you carry them.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so good.
So,
That's so good.
yeah.
That's good, and I know we're running out of time. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah. Ah, man, this was so good, guys.
I
Thank
know.
you all for tuning in.
Yes.
Please do check out our website, chosenglobal.org. You can definitely write us. Our social media is on there, so you can write us on any topics that you might want to hear us talk about, any
Mhm.
questions you might want answered, that kind of thing. But thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday night. This is
Yes.
the second to last day of the year. How
Yes. If we don't see you again, y'all have a happy new year. Stay safe.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.